Honorable Men Discord. U.S. fans are not playing around with Burna Boy. Let's talk about it.
How you see yourself is how you perceived. I see a man strong, gifted, head strapping, never down on his knees, begging. Gotta make a way, even in my darkest hour. Say the odds against me was new. I would never cower.
As always, welcome back to another episode. If you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I drop episodes daily at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Also, if you have something you'd like to share about this episode, I'll see you in the comment section. So let's get straight to it. Recently, Burna Boy performed in Denver, Colorado. And while performing, he stopped the show because he noticed a fan in the audience appeared looking like they were sleeping. So when he saw that, I guess it was a distraction to him, and he stopped everything. He let it be known if that fan doesn't go home, he's not going to continue performing. Since then, he had a performance in New York, and it was practically empty. Now, some are saying it's due to a schedule change because that recent concert was supposed to be for December 6th, if I'm not mistaken. And I guess it was changed. And some are saying it's because of the schedule change. Some are saying this is in reaction to how he treated the fan in Denver, Colorado. If you're unfamiliar with what took place in Denver, Colorado, let's take a look at this video clip and we'll talk about it further.
Up here and I see you over there with your girl sleeping in front of me. It pisses me the fuck off, bro.
Down.
You understand? So please take her the fuck home.
Down.
Huh? Fast. Now.
Down.
Take her home. Bro, I'm not doing no more song until you take her home, bro. In real life. But you're taking the fucking piss, bro. Wallahi, I'm not doing another song till you go home. Wallahi.
So there you have it. I don't even know where to begin with this, but I'll start here. Is this how we're treating people that paved the way for us to be successful? There's so many different angles I can take this episode, all right? And just bear with me on this. First, let me say, Burna Boy is wrong for what he did. And here's the thing, this arrogance, this behavior is nothing new to me. I see this all the time with celebrities, sports figures, and artists. This arrogance of me, and you forget about how you got there. Now, first thing that comes to mind is Eminem. Because within Eminem's lyrics, he talked about how, fans, the fanatics, they don't understand that he's a human being at the end of the day. Allow him to enjoy time with his family when he's out eating. If you're an Eminem fan, or if you just follow rap music and you're aware, Eminem throughout his career has spoke about the fact that, listen, I understand that you appreciate my music, but allow me to be a human being when I'm out with my family. Don't interrupt me. Where am I going with that? I could understand what Eminem was saying. He on one hand, he's acknowledging his celebrity. On the other hand, he's also trying to make awareness of the fact that he's a human being. When artists like Burna Boy, when celebrities like Burna Boy, when athletes like Burna Boy behave the way that Burna Boy behaved in Denver, Colorado, they seem to forget that they're human beings first before the artists. You're always a human being first before your title. All right? And your title in Burna Boy's situation, you became your title a successful artist because of the people that's in the crowd. Every last one of them are special. Every last one of them deserves respect. All right. That does not mean that, when Burna Boy is trying to have time with his family, you could just bombard him and just interrupt whatever he's doing when he's not performing. Although those things happen because, you have paparazzi and things of that nature. The point I'm trying to make is I completely detest human beings. I don't care what your occupation. I detest people who, because of their occupation, because of their success, they choose to treat other human beings as though they're less than. And this has nothing to do with me having a channel. That's one of my biggest pet peeves. I deal with it on a day-to-day basis in my current occupation. But outside of my current occupation, I detest human beings. I don't care if it's male or female. I detest people who, because of their title, because of their success, they choose to treat people less than. And this is not hate, because I'll say it again and again. Those people who work hard and have been blessed and are successful, I salute them. I applaud them. I'm inspired by them. I am not jealous of them. I don't hate on them. But what Burna Boy did in Denver, Colorado, I hope all his concerts are empty arenas. I'm going to say it again. I hope all his concerts are empty arenas. I completely can't stand people like Burna Boy. And I knew nothing about him other than the fact that I recently found out about his name. His name popped up. I don't follow his music. Maybe I've heard his music on the radio. I just didn't know who he is, because at this age, it's hard to keep up with the music that's being put out there. So I really didn't know too much about him. Right now, for the sake of this episode, obviously I looked into the fact that he's a Nigerian artist. When I first came across him, I thought he was a Jamaican artist. I didn't know anything about his music. He's a Nigerian artist. I believe at the time of this recording, he's in his 30s. And to speak to a fan that way, first of all, you don't even know the condition of the fan. You're so arrogant and so egotistical, you don't even know if the fan has a medical condition. As an artist, and by all means, anyone who's watching this episode, jump in the comments and let me know. As artists, when you're performing, you're already paid at that point to perform. So why does one fan affect you so much that you're forgetting about everyone else that's in that arena, to the point where you have to single out that fan, disrespect that fan, make that fan feel less than, and go sit down on the chair and act as though you can't perform unless that person is removed? I'm completely disgusted by this. I'm beyond disgusted by this. And it's also a testament to what we accept as a society, some of us, all right? And Burna Boy, he disrespected the fan. He used profanity towards the fan. And this type of arrogance, you do things like this, and I'm speaking about Burna Boy, you do things like this thinking, well, I'm addressing this one person. But that disrespect to that one person, hopefully everyone takes notice, which I'm assuming they did, which is why the New York concert was pretty much empty. You disrespect this one fan as though I could replace that person. It's only one person. But it's a disrespect to all the fans, because the fans, they take their time out. They use sick time. Some of them call out sick. Some of them use personal time. Some of them use vacation time to go see your ass perform on stage, and you disrespect them. Listen, back in August of this year, I went to a Clips concert, and a fan passed out. And I know I spoke about this when I did the Clips episode. A fan passed out in the audience, not too far from in front of me. And Malice stopped the show because he noticed the commotion in the crowd. And he immediately alerted security and staff to take care of the person. They didn't continue performing until everything was settled. Now, that's a different situation, because obviously he noticed the commotion in the crowd. But his ego didn't get the best of him. He didn't feel disrespected that there was commotion going on in the crowd. He didn't jump the gun and say, hey, what's going on in the crowd? I'm trying to perform here. He showed compassion for the person in the crowd. And salute to No Malice, salute to the Clips, salute to Pusha T. The reason why I'm bringing that up is because rather than Burna Boy say, hey, is everything okay with that person over there? I see you falling asleep. He could have made light of it. I don't know where he gets his arrogance from, but I hope from now on all his concerts are empty, at least in the US. Because there's going to be some people that accept this type of behavior. And this is, again, going back to what I was about to say, this also shows that how society accepts some type of behavior. Because we, as a society, regardless if we want to admit it or not, or take accountability for it, we breed individuals like this by accepting it and not taking a stance against it. And what do I mean by that? I mean by when someone is disrespectful like this to fans, you automatically shut them down. You automatically shut them down so they know to do better next time. Because if you don't, they continue to go and do shows and disrespect people in the crowd as if people in the crowd mean nothing. You are nothing without your fans. You are nothing without your fans. All right? Zach LaVine, Sacramento Kings, got in an argument recently with a fan in the stands. Now, granted, the fan said something to Zach LaVine about his performance. The fan believed he wasn't playing good enough defense. And Zach LaVine had words with the fan, who, by the way, the fan was a season ticket holder. And you could look this up to fact check me on this, because the fan spoke about it. This fan was a season ticket holder. The fan was basically telling him, listen, we don't pay this kind of money to sit here to watch you not play defense. The fan was wearing a leather jacket that said Sacramento Kings. Like, he was a diehard fan, right? And he wanted to see more out of the player. Now, first of all, as a basketball player, you're going to always have hecklers. You're going to have hecklers that don't like your team and hecklers that are for your team that don't like the way you're performing. Fans boo you when you're not performing well. One thing you could do as an athlete is not respond. But what did Zach LaVine do? Zach LaVine had some words and told the fan, well, you don't like how I'm playing, you can get the hell out of here. And basically it turned out the fan got kicked out of the arena for having the back and forth with Zach LaVine. It's this type of arrogance that I just don't respect. And not to take this episode off of Burna Boy and make it about Zach LaVine, but it's this arrogance as though the people, the quote unquote little people, they mean nothing. You are absolutely nothing without the quote unquote little people. All right? Never forget that. But see, for some of these people, these celebrities, entertainers, sports figures, it gets to their head and they think they could talk to people any kind of way. Burna Boy, his behavior was completely disgusting. Completely disgusting. And there's been incidents where he's I want to say he's kicked people off the stage. Now, here's the thing. When fans jump on the stage, I completely understand you got to protect yourself. But I'm also seeing videos of entertainers. This has become the norm also, where fans get on stage. I've even seen there was a clip where someone came on stage and ran up to Neo, and I think he pushed him off or something like that and continued to perform his set. Listen, let security handle stuff like that. Now, I'm 50-50 on this because you're assuming that when someone jumps on stage, they're going to attack you and try to hit you or something like that. But most of the time, it's just an extreme fan that just wants to be on stage. But you can always just play into it, give them their few seconds of fame and tell them, listen, you got to go off the stage. But this, I'm noticing a lot of celebrities, a lot of entertainers like kicking people, swinging on them. There's some artists, I don't even know their names. They're swinging on fans that jump on the stage. Listen, if you disagree with me with stuff like that, please, as far as swinging on people that jump on the stage who are potentially your fans, they're there because they want to see you perform, not because they want to get on stage and swing on you or attack you or tackle you or kick you. Why is it acceptable that these entertainers are kicking or punching fans? That's another thing that I don't understand. What are we doing right now? I understand they're not supposed to be on stage, but then that's something that you need to take up with the security staff. How is security not catching them before they get on the stage? Why isn't security running out on the stage fast enough? Right? That's a completely different issue. But why is it acceptable for artists like Burna Boy to curse out the fan, sit down on the stage, and act like he's too good to continue performing because one person looks like they're sleeping. Forget about everyone else whose eyes are open and ready to hear you sing or hear you rap or whatever it is that Burna Boy does. Why is it that one person, with their eyes closed, is too much for you to handle? Your ego is that bruised by one person? This is ridiculous, man. And these people were blessed with success, and for the life of me, I just don't understand. I don't understand how these things work. How are these people blessed? Listen, I'm not complaining, and again, I'm not hating, but this is the irony of life at times. I see things like this, and I see other individuals out there that are talented that go through such hardships and would be better suited to be in the public's eye than some of these assholes. And it just kills me. It kills me. And it's not just entertainment. Again, there's certain individuals, yes, you're smart, you got your certificate, God bless you, you deserve it. But there's a lot of smart, intelligent people who are blessed that are complete assholes. And for the life of me, I'm like, I don't get it. I don't get it. What is your thoughts on this? I really would like to hear from people in their opinion on this, on Burna Boy, and just share an experience of yours whether it's an interaction at a concert or an interaction with someone who was disrespectful in the workplace. Because to be honest with you, I could make this a half an hour to an hour if I start sharing stories. But I want to just keep this on Burna Boy and his horrible behavior towards a fan. It was completely unacceptable. If you disagree with me, I'll see you in the comments, but I stand 10 toes down. Burna Boy was a complete asshole for talking to the fan that way. You don't know their health condition. You don't know what it is, but you know that person paid money to be there. So they wanted to be there. I doubt that person wanted to have their eyes closed. But goodness, show some grace. And furthermore, as I say all the time, success comes and goes. You're not going to be hot all the time. I don't care who you are. Even Michael Jackson had duds towards the end of his career. Nothing lasts forever in this life. Your youth doesn't last forever. You grow old by the second and by the day. So you have a short window to be that person, to be super successful, and then it starts to dwindle away. And even if your success doesn't dwindle away because you made good investments, your life is dwindling away because you're getting older by the day. Everyone is on the clock. I don't care what your title is. I don't care what your occupation. Everyone is on the clock, which is why I'm a proponent, and I keep overemphasizing, be humble. And by all means, if God ends up blessing me with super success and I start getting on here talking as though I forgot who I was in this moment, in my humble season, you're more than welcome to jump in the comments and say, hey, you acting crazy now. Weren't you the guy who did the episode on Burna Boy? I'm all for it. Keep me in check. Because I'm not, listen, Burna Boy, fix yourself. Fix your behavior, because the fans make you who you are. Not just the fans in Nigeria, not just the fans in other regions and countries, the fans in general. Be humble, be grateful, because that window of success can close sooner than later if you don't know how to treat people. But that's my take on this. What's yours? I appreciate everyone for tuning in. If I seem super passionate, it's because I really can't stand assholes, and I can't stand people who act as though their life is better than others because of their success. And that's all I have to say to this. As always, I appreciate all of you. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I drop videos daily, 5 p.m. Eastern time. Salute and stay honorable.